Coast to coast, America's best beach volleyball players perform in the AVP League in 2025. Stop number 4 brings us the EHP Resort and Marina, top shelf resort located in the Hamptons. It's actually in East Hampton, New York, as the men get ready for our final match of Saturday. Austin, Drost, and Harrison facing off with Dallas as a Texas showdown. Benish and Partain, a top side, on the men's side. Look at Austin coming off of an 0-2 performance in San Diego a couple of weeks ago. A veteran rookie pairing here. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Casey Patterson. We look at Wyatt Harrison and Avery Drost.
Yeah, I love this dynamic because even though, Wyatt's rookie to the league, you got Avery who's been playing forever. They're split blocking. That would give me freedom as a team, and is what I think their mentality is to really go back and bomb your serve. Like, you have a guy at the net at all times to block the on-2, the option. So go bomb your serve and let that be a green light for both of you. And then, like I say all the time, just side out at a high level. Just be dynamic.
This is a rematch of the last match. Dallas Dream, Benish and Partain winning 2-1. 18-16 in the first for the Aces. Kind of surprised Benish and Partain, who responded with a 15-10, 15-9 victory. Previous to that, Austin, who you're looking at right now, had lost to Buttinger and Evans. That's a tall task for Wyatt Harrison to not only come in the league as a rookie, but face off with the Olympic teams right away.
That's like when the coach just sets the schedule real heavy in the front of the season. You're just like, oh, okay, the 2 Olympic teams right off the bat.
Avery Drost, a one-time middle blocker, turned regular coach, and that gives him a different view of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. One, you get a ton of reps because you're hitting down balls, you're seeing the game from a different perspective. And, I think it translates strictly into your play. You see, you're calmer. You know when to call timeouts better.
On the other side, the Dallas Dream, veterans in AVP League play, went all the way to the championship last year. Actually never lost a match or a set in terms of their score, but didn't end up on the top step of the podium.
Right. Yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer for them, right? Starting down a couple points in that last finish of the set in the finals. But, I think for them, what I want to see is, okay, can they keep the edge? What's going to keep motivating them to be playing at a higher level? What are they going to implement in their game to add like another layer? Is it going to be, for me personally, I would want them really focusing on the service pressure. Andy going back and bombing, and then what's Miles going to do to complement that? And we've seen float serves recently, so I want to see like how that evolves and how they can keep leveling up and keeping their focus.
Andy Benish coming out of the sand, the best our young big man in America. Easy for you to say, Casey. Powerful from the service line. He's intimidating at the net. This is a guy who hates losing to his core. That is the 6'9" Benish there. He'll switch sides, wearing the number 1. For the Dallas Dream, his partner is the most versatile player on the AVP, along the top young talent on the U.S. beach side. Andy Benish and Miles Partain playing against Avery Drost, the wily veteran, against Wyatt Harrison, a guy with so much potential. They'll start with Harrison at the net. Drost from the service line. Right to Benish, who puts one smoothly right down the middle.
Great serve by Avery, though. At least making Andy take a step, drop to a knee. That's what you want to do. Even if they side out well, you want to add that constant pressure where they can't just sit in the pocket and pass.
You were talking about upside in the game and things that are left to develop for Dallas. I'm looking at the service game.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
From particularly Miles Partain. Andy Benish has proven himself to be a weapon, but Miles tends to keep putting it in. I'd like to see something else.
Yeah, I feel like last year he was doing that real hybrid, like tons of spin, jump serve kind of behind his head, trying to like cause a little hesitation there with timing. And then this year it's float. So I think he's still kind of searching for that identity in a sense.
Battle at the net, and a net violation will negate that one hitting the line, and it will go Dallas's way.
It's interesting, especially oh yeah, a little follow through touch. It's interesting going back to Miles. He's such a dynamic attacker in transition, off the net, on the net. I want to see that same like dynamic ability from the service line.
Speaking of dynamics from the service line, Andy Benish. Drost moves to the left, checks down, goes into the angle to a waiting Partain. That ball's tight. Partain, couple of resets. Opportunity here. Aces. Gonna have to hit better than that. Oh, Andy Benish. That's a hero or zero play.
I would have done the exact same thing. That was like the right play in every way. He just didn't get to go over.
2-2 set one. Of course, played a 15 here in AVP League play. Best 2 of 3. Benish will scoop it, leave it. Jump set, and can it be handled? No, it's out of bounds. Let's check in with Cameron Irwin.
Yeah, I caught up with Avery Dross just prior to this matchup and asked him what has been the focus with Wyatt Harrison. He said, well, we've been trying to build trust as well as cohesion. I asked him what's been one of the most helpful aspects in developing that. He said, actually, we've been working with the USA Development Group, where he's playing alongside a lot of younger guys. He's called it rejuvenating, and he finds a ton of energy. And actually, the guy sitting next to you, Kevin Casey, I know you've played alongside somebody that was younger than you at one point in your career. So the question is, how rejuvenating is it?
Yeah, it actually 100% is like a recharge. You're around a bunch of guys that are really hungry to prove themselves, and they want to get out and like win and be a part of the league. They want to be a part of the highest level of volleyball. So you're a product of who you surround yourself with, and that 100% is correct.
Yeah, that program being run by Scott Davenport now. And that ball is blocked by Andy Benish. Players have said it provides structure, ideas. And is this the future of beach volleyball is the question in the United States that I have. Casey, what do you think about the structure and idea that USAV, kind of a top-down approach to the beach?
Yeah, I love that idea. I fought against it when I was playing in my prime just because I wanted to control everything, right? I wanted to get away from the indoor system. What a rundown.
Andy with the rundown. Can Miles put it over? Yes, he can. No, he's just wide of the antenna.
Casual catch. Good hustle. Coach is watching. You always go.
Yeah, in fact, these guys were down on Thursday at a USAV event that was going on. A lot of U21, U18, U23 play happening. And the pro players were there running practices, taking pictures, doing drills, both on the men's and women's side. April Ross there, of course, director of beach coaching now. She was there as well.
Good job, brother.
Good opportunity for interaction between this generation and the next.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like some of the most core memories for me were being around the indoor guys in the national team, like Lamborn, and there's a good jump.
Harrison with the ace.
Just being around the guys that have done it and being able to pull from their experience, but with your youth. That's the ultimate combination.
So looking back at that match, serving a big part of it.
Okay.
Harrison again.
Going around the world. Go to the left side of Andy and you've gone around the world.
Harrison had some key late serves against the smash that nearly pushed him over the edge. They lost 15-12, 15-13 in that one. Here's a guy who led his conference, the Big West, in aces one year. He has the chops, and his team up by 2. And will not score a third point.
Good run, though, by Wyatt. Great job establishing a little pressure from that service line. He probably loves that win in that corner.
That'll put Benish back. Another middle blocker. Played his collegiate ball at USC. Leans on that one. Andy, good reaction. Saves it for his partner, who keeps it alive in the joust. Second chance. Good night.
So good. So good at the scramble plays, the cover balls, all the little ticky-tack, call them junk ball. Cover, recycle, give yourself another opportunity. They're so good at that, especially with, Andy laying on the ground, setting Miles, getting up, covering, giving him an absolute perfect set again. And Miles' ability to just step close with no approach.
Line.
Line the call, angle to hit. That's why the call was line. Good defense there. Harrison, swing away.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, player. Let's go, Wyatt. Nice little walk into that line shot. Smooth scoop. He's got such a good, pure arm, too. Really uncoil that thing well.
So look at Austin here with the lead. Looking for the side change. Benish off the net. Shoots to the corner. That's perfect. 7-7.
Yeah, if I'm Austin, I just want to get my 2-point lead and just side out consistently because I know these guys are going to try to scramble back. But if I can hold that till, 11, 12.
Partain from the middle. And he'll pick up the ace. A little middle action will have him switching sides. The wind picking up slightly here at EHP Resort and Marina. 8-6, a 4-1 run. As you get a good look at the tall American flag here above CC. Courtside, the place to be.
So sick. This place is
Hampton.
incredible. It's so cool. And this court is just perfectly nestled in this cove. It kind of reminds me of Porridge, Croatia. They have this cool little cove on the side courts, and you take a boat, go play on those main court over there. It's so cool.
And the people here enjoying the afternoon of volleyball. This is our 4th match of the afternoon. Had the women's matches up first, and then the men's. Our match before, a devastating performance by the New York Nitro. 15-4 in the first set. Took 23 minutes to dispatch the men of Brooklyn. 8-8 now.
I love this. I love that Wyatt, the feeling from where we're sitting is that he is the confident veteran in a sense. And that's what you want to see in your young guy. You want to see him accepting the challenge and attacking and taking control.
How much do you as the veteran talk in a coaching manner or talk in a teammate manner?
I always talked in a we manner, and then I would give input for them. So I would try to the first thing I would say would be like an us thing, like, hey, I know that, it's something about us together or me, and then ask them about something. So I tried to balance it really well so it never felt like I was targeting them.
Okay, so you'd say something about yourself or the partnership,
yes,
and then you would ask a question.
Yes.
You're not getting at them, you're asking them a question, engaging them.
Yes, because I wanted to be his decision on what he thought. And then even though I was kind of guiding him in the way we needed, I wanted it to be his choice because then I knew it would stick and that we would be able to execute.
If you can't tell, Casey Patterson, father of many children. He has been to parenting class. Both teams performing exceedingly well offensively, hitting 667 if you're Drawson Harrison, and that'll have the numbers going up there for Benish and Partain. They are also above 600.
That's going to be the hardest part for Wyatt and Avery. It's scoring real points. It's so hard when you're a split block and you have the advantage either way, right? Either you're always kind of scrambling because nobody gets in the flow, or you're, causing a lot of chaos for the team.
Miles Partain digging a ton of balls. Does he get one here? No, that one is long. There's that critical error, and now the lead has been opened up to 2. That's going to be enough to take the set. Remember, it's win by 2 here.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling Wyatt. Like, dude, you've earned the green light to go for that. I'm okay. Keep going for it because I want him to stay confident.
Partain short, causing trouble.
Right. Go.
That'll be scooped for Benish to turn. Oh, he'll go short side. Got it.
So that's really hard to find in a big man, and that's what makes Andy so valuable. His ability to go over the shoulder, contorted, and have so much touch and feel and vision.
Every player that comes from indoor has to develop that touch and vision as the Aces call a timeout. You see Kristen Nuss there helping out, holding the towels, providing water. That's a good teammate. As the Aces are in just their second action as we look at the men's standings.
Yeah, Smith and Weber came out hot. They were entertaining, putting on a show, and playing at such a high level. That was really fun to watch them execute.
Cook and Miller in our first match actually went down. This is coming into the weekend. 0-5 now there, and 2-1 right above them. Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander will be moving up a little bit with that 2-1 record, right in behind Budinger and Evans.
Yeah, the team I'm looking out for that I think is kind of like a dark horse, but they really aren't. But it would be a Shock and Shaw. That team, watching Shaw and also knowing Kane for so long and training against him, playing against him in the Olympics. We used to train all the time in Huntington. Like, he is such a solid high-level player, and Shaw is insane for how I feel like raw-ish he is on the beach. His ability to get to the ball, his blocking dynamics, his arm swing is like Taylor Sander almost. He's got this really good uncoil and wrap, which is hard for a big man to have.
The equation for that pairing reminds me a lot of Quiggle and Rice in the New York side, and that so much is going to depend on one player. So much is going to depend on Kame Schulk, his ability to score, because I think people are going to stay away from James inside out.
Yeah, so I would agree with that. And I believe one solely that Kame can do that, and then Shaw can get super comfy with an option as well.
Yeah, we saw him elevate on a couple of options as out of the timeout. Charleston Harrison with a nice smooth side out. So Harrison will go back to serve. He'd like to drink another bottle of courage here and pick up another ace.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving him the green light if I'm Avery.
Hey!
Maybe a middle here. Going straight up there, but right into the net, and that will have Benish and Partain within 2 of our first set.
It's just so hard. I feel like they're just trying so hard to find something that gives them momentum, right? It was their serve earlier, and if their side out isn't there, then it's hard to score points against this team in general.
Yeah, they only need a little, right? You were talking about the side out game.
Yeah.
They only need you to give up a couple of points because they're going to score so effectively inside out. And those 2 points right around the 10 could be costly.
Yeah, right. These points feel and are much heavier than the first 9.
Have to have one now.
Yeah.
Wyatt at the net, Avery at the line. Big high step. And into the net. So it's back-to-back service errors over 10 here.
Just got to talk the ball and ask if it's ready, sprinkle a little magic on it. You got to have to take those chances because they're siding out so well. But
Dallas set point. An errorless first set here for Dallas thus far. Oh, and a big stuff block to finish. 15-11 with authority. First block of the set closes the set.
the finisher. Yeah, Austin's gonna, you just got a deep breath, let that one go.
Austin will try and regroup. Dallas will enjoy a banana, a little potassium, and head on into set 2.
How about a little magic? How about a little magic, huh?
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
The Dallas Dream making it their dream to hang out courtside and oceanside here at the HP Resort and Marina. Actually, a little western-facing view here inside of multiple bays as you go inside Long Island and the Hamptons. What a place to be in mid-June. Let's look at first set stats. What's standing out here for you, Casey?
Yeah, I mean, the hitting percentages aren't terrible. I mean, they're great for both teams. I think that for me, it's just going to have to be, can Austin figure out how to establish something to play off of? The side-out ability, I mean, they're not siding out terrible. They're hitting 429. That's good enough. It's got to score points somehow.
All right, where are they looking in the second set to change things around? Cameron Irwin with more.
Yeah, guys, it was interesting. You were talking about just the veteran experience alongside maybe a rookie like the Austin Aces. And I did a little bit of averaging out and some juxtaposition from the men's side in the league to the women's. The average age on the men's side, about 33. On the women's side, 28. But again, on the side of Austin, it's intriguing because it really displays 25 years old and 38 years old between Wyatt Harrison and Avery Drost. And it showcases kind of some of that middle development on the men's side. So I guess for each of you, the question remains, what's the call to action for the youth, especially on the men's side of the game in the United States?
I love that question. That's probably the biggest topic I've had with everyone I talk to.
Play.
Yeah.
You got to play. And,
Yeah.
and I think you got to seek instruction somewhere too, because you're not getting the same structure that women have.
Yeah, you're not. You got to go play, figure out how to win, and then, yeah, find the mentors, the pros that are still around, or the coaches to help you develop.
That ball tight. A very young Miles Partain with the dig. And there, Andy Benish got it done. A little smirk and a smile because he got the second one in.
A little lefty, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just a little hook shot there. I mean, that most big men historically aren't great at making plays like that. The Phils, the Jake Gibbs, and then, you know, almost no one else.
Nobody up, left hand, swatted at. And that ball put away by the Dream. Just to give you an update on that continued contrast here. Avery Dross has had 33 different partners in the AVP. Wyatt Harrison is 25 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right to Miles, again a dig. And a block this time. Aces making a play.
I love it. Wyatt stepping up. He's making plays. He's establishing that he's here, serving tough, siding out well. Good deception here on the block, especially in transition. It's so hard to not go up with Miles because he's got so much range. That's a great move.
The one-time UCSD Triton graduated with honors from Sixth College down there. Beautiful campus in La Jolla, California. Almost, you couldn't get further away in the United States than his school to performing right here in East Hampton. I suppose you go to Maine.
Yeah, I'll take it.
UCSD nearly at the southern border there along the San Diego coastline. So Benish back to serve. Another efficient start here at 3-1. Tough serve. That ball's gonna be tight. Benish advantage #1 in Teal 4-1.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow when you're like trying to salvage, you know, a bad pass and just make something out of it, a little recycle play. Those are tough because you're already struggling to find something, and then that happens too. And you know, I think for me, I would go back right now in timeout, and I would say, hey, let's just get a medium pass. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let me just get it medium. That way it takes a little pressure off. And then let's really go and green light and dictate something as far as our offense. Let's go be big and establish ourselves in one realm, like high and hard, and then open up layers. Because right now I feel like it's just kind of like lukewarm offense, lukewarm serving, you know?
When you say layers, where are you looking? Is that on the other side? Where are the layers you're looking at?
Yeah, no, I'm looking strictly on my offensive layer. Like,
okay.
If I'm right now watching this match for the first set and a half, I am not threatened at all from, you know, Austin. I feel like they're kind of here and waiting for me to give it to them. I want them to go take it, where Wyatt's done that a few times. A couple aces, you know, a block. He's kind of established a little pushback. So I'd say for me, that's the team vibe right now, and the team talk is we have to push them back because they're just bullying us around. So medium pass, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go, and I'm just, whether I miss or not, I'm going for it to send a message so that I can get rid of this feeling of just like, oh, I'm kind of stuck in mud. Maybe a big yell, go high five McGrady, you know, just change the vibe and let the crowd get involved. Something to distract me from how it feels.
Tracy McGrady courtside here, EHP Resort and Marina. Positively beautiful setting for our week 4 volleyball action. Today, a day of rematches. Aces taking on Dream. Nitro taking on Brooklyn. That's the Blaze. That's our final of 4. Hope you're enjoying this on AVP TV. Of course, all the matches available over time. You can come back and enjoy them anytime. Rewatch the ones that air on the CW as well as on CBS Sports Network and the entire coverage portfolio of AVP League 2025. Tough serve. Benish down in the sand. Back up and getting a kill to the back line. Case, what do you think? We were talking earlier about what winning a title in 25 takes. You got to play inside. You have to play in big venues. You play in small venues. You play intimate outside.
Yeah.
This is a huge challenge, like many different racetracks say in NASCAR.
Yeah, yeah. You've got to learn to win in so many different environments. And
do you like that?
I think that's what beach volleyball is in general. I feel like we do that all the time anyways. It's just normally outside at a different beach, right? The different depths of sand, different conditions, rain, wind, whatever. We kind of have to always play through that. So for me, it doesn't really rattle me like, oh, there's all these different venues. That doesn't matter. It's more of what can I do to keep motivating me to stay playing at a consistent high level? Find makeup challenge, the Michael Jordan things, like makeup scenarios that people are talking trash about me or something, just to keep me in the zone.
Okay, like for instance, if someone who participated last year as a member of the Aces was talking smack to a member of the Blaze on social media, perhaps, something like that?
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you teed that up. That was incredible. That was so, I was laughing so loud, and then saw Sean in the elevator and brought it up.
Sean Cook, Brian Miller still looking for their first victory in league play, taking a little bit of heat from Paul Lottman, who played in 24 for the Aces in the league and did not qualify this season. And there was some exchange between those two. Go ahead, look it up. Enjoy.
So good.
Cut shot there, and the smoothest, most effective team on the sport of beach volleyball, perhaps.
Miles,
7-3.
Yeah, his ability.
I like the smile, though. Hey, we got a little smile.
Yeah, we did. He kind of smirked right there.
Andy Benish, what a future ahead of him. Got his first Heritage victory alongside Phil Dahlhauser. Now has found a long-term partner. Looking at perhaps another Olympic Games alongside Miles Partain.
Who else has gone back-to-back wins with 2 different partners? Is Phil the only one?
That's a good question. Well, Phil's the only one in a lot of categories.
Yeah.
He stands alone.
He does.
He's kind of like the cheese. Partain, that's a perfectly set ball. He had all the options there, just lays it off Nick Lucena style.
Yeah, it's incredible. If you watch his approach, it's very interesting because he takes like smaller prep steps, and then his step close doesn't have to be so like explosive and far away from the ball. He gets closer so that he can stay tall and keep his vision longer, and then he can uncoil that arm and use the million different shots he has.
Partain has a single error. That would be the only one for the team. Andy Benish is 9 of 10 in terms of attacking. Yeah, that's 900 for those of you that really struggle with math.
Oh my God.
7 for 11 with that one error. Partain hitting 545. Average those together, you get 714 for one side. 429 is what the Aces are hitting. That would keep you in a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Offense to the outside, not touched. There'll be 3 contacts here. And another winner for Dallas, 9-4.
But like I said, it's more of the feeling. Like if I'm Austin, I've got to create the fake fire until it's real or something. I have to push back and throw a punch. I've got to do something to just shake this feeling off.
Yeah, that is a Dane Blanton Industries product, Fake Fire. Available in cans only. Rather caustic. Overhead. Oh, another dig by Miles. Another good spot and another conversion. 10-4. Just lethal precision.
Can I go be like a courtside hype man for him and do the cheering for him?
5-1 run. I mean, how much would you talk if you made plays like that, Casey?
My God.
You dreamt about making plays this efficiently.
You wouldn't be able to shut me up.
That ball is out, and that's kind of been the issue for the Aces. No team has more errors, particularly Harrison, who set that ball fully 29% errors on his swings. You can't hit a third of your balls out of bounds and expect to win very often.
Yeah, and a lot of that too is just kind of like trying to find some sort of rhythm and experiment and take chances. And sometimes that's okay at the start, but then you've got to, roll into something that can consistently build some momentum right here. And that's, you could just feel it. Like they're just like searching for that 1-2 plays that kind of build some momentum.
Well, there's 1-on-2 that went off Andy Benish. So they found something. Seems to be a lot of sand between the net and the receivers for the Dream, particularly to Miles Partain's right-hand side.
It's like Nick Lucena status. He'd start on the back line and then step into the court almost.
If you had the Nick Lucena mentions at 2, you're looking good. Partain salvages a point in which the Dream were behind.
What a set. It is just a straight up and down Viper snap. Just a snake bite down the middle.
He's been doing that since he was at Palisades High School. He and Marcus, his brother, setting each other.
Yeah, I remember playing against them. Everyone's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm just going to be a dad and assert my dominance.
A service from Andy Benish. All the tools are out of the toolbox now for the Dallas Dream. 13-5.
You just got to rely on dad strength somehow. And no, this is where they get deadly.
Looking for the close right up the middle again. It's back to back for Andy. We are at a match point. This is a part of Andy's game that has become exceptional.
Yeah. And it seems like when they need it as well, it's almost, he just really hyper focuses, and that's when he gets the most quality out of this serve.
Could they close just off the 15-4 that we saw in the last match? No, they can't.
Hybrid, he went for the changeup.
Yeah, I don't know. Get back-to-back aces. I don't know that I would switch it. Second match opportunity here. 14-6.
Hey!
That'll do it. So the aces continue to struggle with some errors, but it is no help to play against the most efficient and destructive team on tour. They disrupted the aces 15-11, 15-6.
Yeah, it's tough to battle back against when you're playing a team that's rolling on all cylinders and has so many weapons.
Maybe a high water mark here for the match. Benish and Partain hit 750 as a team. Andy Benish finishes with that 9 of 10. His partner kept on getting kills, 10 of 14, one error on his side. The other side hit 360.
Wow, that's hard to beat.
Cameron with the dream, who are living the dream here in East Hampton.
They are. They went errorless, especially in that first set. Miles, walk me back to week 2. You take your first loss since 2024. And all of a sudden, you're back in week 4. What was the mentality heading into this weekend, and how did it play out in this one?
We've been talking about attitude, effort, and communication. So that's the 3 things we're trying to focus on, whether we feel it or we don't, however the highs and lows go. So that's the main takeaway we had from week 2, and I thought we brought it today. And regardless of the results, I'm happy with how we played.
Now, you guys have traveled all over the world, and you've played all over the United States. I'm curious, where does this venue rank? Have you ever seen anything quite like this?
Yeah, it's very unique. I don't think either of us expected to spend a weekend in the summer in the Hamptons, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, we love it. It's always cool playing in new environments, and this one's definitely up there. That's one of the best.
Yeah, and our sponsor, Clear Street, is from here, and the only other maybe reason we'd come to NYC is if we do really well on the contract, it says we'll ring the bell. It said last year, the stock bell. So yeah, that's another cool part.
All right, so a little extra emphasis in this season. Congratulations to both of you. Can't wait to see you guys back here. And again, congratulations. Kev, Casey.
Championship dreams continue for Dallas. They move their record to 4-1 with the victory. On the other side for the Aces, they fall to 0-3. They'll try and rebound tomorrow against Brooklyn. Dallas will get New York. I'm looking forward to that showdown. Can't wait for more AVP League in 2025. We'll see you again next time.